Hello, I'm Ryan with What Game Next, and this is our first official live stream. We're going to be learning how to play Siege Storm. I just got our Kickstarter copy here yesterday, and so I've briefly gone over the rules, and I'm going to be teaching Matt here while we play. So here we go. Alright, so the first thing is that there are 5 different decks that I have, each of a different faction. They've all been separated into just their basic versions. We have Seraphia, which is a bunch of angels. We have Styxia, which looks like evil shamans and stuff like that. We have Gunslingers. We have Kung Lai, which looks like monk werewolves or something. Well, it's definitely some kind of monks, but they're all kinds of different things. And then finally we have Yrsa. And Yrsa look like evil, like undead type, underworld type guys. So I believe the way they recommend it is for you to play Yrsa versus Seraphia first. Okay.
So I'm going to scoot this back because it's cutting you out on your head a little bit on the screen.
Yeah, well, you can't really zoom it out, but move it back. And then aim it, yeah. Right? Oh, that's perfect. Right there. And then I tilt it. You have to tilt it up. There you go. That should be good.
Alright, let's see how it looks. Alright. So
which one do you want? You want the good guys or the bad guys?
I normally go for the good guys.
Uh-huh.
But today
you're going to go for the bad guys?
I don't know if that's a good thing. I like the good guys.
Okay.
But not when it comes to beating you today.
Okay, so for a quick rundown on how the game works, we'll start the game by shuffling our decks.
Okay.
And then we'll draw each 2 cards.
Oh, only 2.
Only 2 cards. Now, the cost to play a card is this cost in the upper left-hand corner.
The number.
Yes,
Okay.
which is the number. And the way you pay costs in this game is by discarding cards from your hand.
Okay.
In order to pay the cost. Or if you have cards that are in your support row, you can use those once per turn to pay for 1 point
You
of
don't kill them,
cost.
you just kind of use them.
Yeah, you use them like land and
Exhaust them.
magic or
Okay.
other things like that. But the way that they get there is more complicated. So once you have your 2 cards in your hand.
I feel like I should shuffle good since we've
Yeah.
never played before.
Yeah, these are all in order, so we definitely should shuffle as best we can here.
I'm going to do the classic spread it out maneuver,
Mm-hmm.
which you hate because then all the cards are like in different
Yeah,
areas.
well, not only that, but it also like nicks the edges of the cards and stuff like that.
Oh, that feels like a more reasonable thing, so I'm going to stop doing that.
Yes. So the way that it works is how you win the game, I should start with, is by depleting your opponent's deck.
Oh, okay.
Your deck is also your life. So the faster you go through your deck, the more
There's
closer
no
you are to
reshuffling
losing.
your deck.
No.
Scary.
Once all your cards are gone, you're gone. Once
Oh.
you try to draw from your deck and you have no more cards left.
So if you have a 9 at the bottom of your deck, you're just not using your 9.
I mean, you can save the cards up in your hand until you draw it, and then...
But then
Or-
like you're dead with this moment you got to go draw.
If it's the
you gotta
very
draw
last
every
card.
turn?
Yes.
Yeah, see?
Yes.
Like, you can't even... Seems like a bad option.
Alright. So, to play cards, you can play them in one of 2 modes. Yes. So you can either play them as a creature, which means that they go into your... Is it your front line, I believe that they call it? It goes into your deployment zone. So I have 3 deployment zone slots, and you have 3 deployment zone slots. You put it in your first deployment zone slot. You can only deploy 1 creature per turn.
Are you left, I'm right?
It's to your right.
Okay, so you're always on your right side.
Yeah, yeah. So you have one deployment slot. You can deploy one creature per turn. At the start of your turn, everything in your deployment slots moves up.
Oh, so it gets kicked out in a sense.
Yes, and once it gets kicked out of here, then you can use the card for other things. While it's sitting in your deployment slots and moving, the passive ability on the card is active while it's sitting in the deployment slot. So the two ways that you can play a card is as a creature.
Which the front line to kill things.
Well, you move it here, and then eventually once it gets kicked off, it can move to your front line.
Oh. I'm going to use a Batman voice.
So you can play it either as a creature, or you can play it as an action, and to do that, you would just play it for the action ability on the card.
Okay.
Okay? I think these are probably good and shuffled by now.
One more little stink, and then I'm going to let you cut it. Fairsies, man.
Okay.
Cut me up.
Okay, and you can deploy only one creature per turn, just so.
Okay.
I'll cut you there.
And I draw 8 cards, you said?
Yeah, no. All right.
Oh, this is the draw area?
We're saying yes. It's going to be the draw area for right now. Shuffle your deck and draw 2 cards to make up your starting hand. And then it says, decide who goes first with a coin toss or a die roll, or do you just want me to go first?
No, we want to be fair.
Okay.
I feel like starting out, it's a new game, we've never played.
Okay.
It's only fair. I know I always lose at the die rolls in the last few episodes, but...
Well, let's see if it continues here. So I did
so low, man. Why would you go so low?
I mean, it felt like a good, fair number.
Yes, it's a 6.
So I'm going first. All right. So you reset any committed cards in your support zone, which we don't have yet. You draw your 2 cards. On the first turn, the first player draws only 1 card instead of 2 during his draw step. So I draw to a 3rd card right now.
And I will draw 4.
And you will draw 4. Okay. Then you advance your war track, which I don't have anything on. And then I can deploy. So anyway, play creature here. So when am I allowed to play the actions? You may then play additional actions during your turn as long as you have enough cards to pay for the action. So I guess it just happens in the middle. You can either deploy or play your action.
If you have a creature deployed here, and I have a thing that says kill a creature, that is how you kill those creatures.
Yes, there's a...
Or the frontline creature.
There was a thing here that said target creature. You may target an opponent's card on his front line and no man's land. Storming creatures cannot target creatures on an opponent's war track. So you cannot target the ones that are deploying. Only the ones that are here or here. Okay?
Okay, so you have to wait for an action of that nature.
All right.
And if you play something as an action instead of a creature,
then it just goes to your discard.
Your discard, okay.
Yes.
Interesting game we're playing where you sacrifice your cards to get cards on the board, but the cards are your life.
Right.
I don't like that.
So I am going to play a protector
in
my deployment slot. And he costs 0.
But his passive, which is now active.
Yes, is I can pay 2 to negate an action or ability targeting a card on my track.
Okay. So I can target cards on the track.
Not with something that says target a creature. It'll
Gotcha.
Specifically say like...
Target a card on the track.
Yeah, yeah.
And pay 2 cards?
Well, 2 cards or resources or whatever.
Okay. And
some combination that comes up to 2.
And this, you can now tap this, or they have to be in your front line or no man's land to tap for getting a creature?
Neither. Once they go all the way off the track, then I'll cover what happens once...
Okay. So we're just warming up. So I draw 2?
So you draw 2.
All right.
Wow, that's powerful but very expensive. And in case it matters, this number here in this corner is the attack value of a card, and then this is the defense value of a card.
So it has no attack.
This one has no attack. When they're in your front line and they're going to do damage, then it matters like what cards you have and what their attack and defense are.
So I'm going to do this. I'm going to discard 2 cards.
Okay.
Which is a valid play, right? You can do that?
Well, you can discard them for paying a cost.
Okay.
Well,
Oh, in this...
are you using it as an action or
a creature?
A creature.
Because the action... Yeah.
Okay. And so
Oh, interesting. So I could play it as an action, and I could place this card on my front line without paying its cost?
place any card from your hand on your front line. Yes.
Oh. Well, that seems like I get to jump way ahead of you.
Could.
Let's have some fun and do things wild and crazy.
Okay, so you're going to play it as an action, then it goes to your discard.
Yeah, let's just do that. Okay.
Place any card from your hand on your front line. Oh, it goes straight to your front line.
Yeah.
Okay. So now, while it's in your front line, creatures in no man's land cannot be replaced. As long as your creature remains in the front line, its passive ability remains in effect.
Okay.
So what does his passive do?
Make the top card from your resource your supporter.
Okay, but it costs you 2 cards to do that. Okay.
And supporter
But you
is...
Supporter is the face down cards that you can use instead of discarding a card one per turn.
I love that I have something
so
right out there in front.
Well, and it will let you accelerate because
it.
like next turn you can do 1 and then you have 1 less and then eventually you start playing stuff for free every turn.
I like it.
Yeah, so that's good.
I don't attack right away?
No, there's no, like in order for it to attack it has to go through your deployment and out.
Oh, so this doesn't actually attack, it just...
Yes, you have a permanent passive ability until you replace it.
That's all that did?
Yes, but that's really powerful.
Okay, if you say so.
I do.
Okay.
You're going to be able to start getting, like next turn you can take your 2 cards and discard them.
And just make a supporter.
Get a resource, and then the next one, now you only have to discard 1 card to play something that costs 2, or you activate again, and now you're 2.
Okay. He's got a 3 defense too, so...
Yes, and he's going to protect you from getting hurt. So...
Alright, we'll try it out.
Alright, so now I draw 2 cards. Okay, we advance and move all creatures in war track up 1 space. My protector is advancing on you.
Da-da-da-da!
Alright, these are very expensive. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so what I'm looking at here is, 1, stuff I can cast. These cards are too expensive for me to actually use. So,
good.
No, that's not good.
For me? Especially since I got a 4 on the board the first turn. Feels pretty powerful.
Alright. That guy lets me negate on the thing. Okay, so I'm going to play this healing golem.
Okay.
While he's in my deployment slot, after he storms, which is after he runs off the top,
nice.
he goes back on top of my deck.
Nice.
So he's like
yeah,
saving you damage every time. But I have to discard 2 cards to do this, so we'll discard these 2. I'm just going to move these over. So it's clear what's going on. Alright.
Well, I get to see what you discarded, right?
Yeah, you get to see what I discarded.
A lot of heal over there.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I mean, they're the good guys, right?
Seems reasonable. So I would draw 2?
Yes.
Ooh. I could discard 2 cards.
Yes, and then put the top card over here as a resource.
But I could also put this just right here as a 0.
Yes, he does cost 0.
And then...
And he has a passive that is to pay 3 to shapeshift. Now, what is it that should say on your card?
Shapeshift. Pay the shapeshift activation cost and return the card with shapeshift to your hand. Replace it with any other card in your hand for free.
Oh, wow, that's really strong.
It seems pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. So he can just, right when he's about to go next turn, he can turn into something much bigger and then...
I like that.
Yes, okay, so my turn.
And nothing happens just because this guy's in the front line?
Right, he just stays there.
I thought he would do more, I apologize.
Well, no, it's good.
Well, see, but now I could have just kept him doing that the whole time. I don't know. We're going to see how this plays out. I don't know what I'm doing.
Ooh. Alright, so I'm going to play a card as an action. So I'm going to play this Alchemist. So I need to discard a card first. And then I'm going to play the Alchemist, whose action is opponent discards 2 and I draw 2.
So I have to discard my one card that I saved?
Yes.
Asshole. Underworld Angel, look at that thing.
Nice. Alright, and then I'm going to discard this guy to play this guy.
Alright. So draw my 2 cards.
Uh-huh.
And go through this whole process again.
Mm-hmm.
I have no
This
idea.
guy moves.
I have no idea how you kill this guy. I'm scared to like make him supporters.
Once I well, the supporters are permanent.
No matter what.
Yes.
Even if I get a new guy up here?
Yes. Once a card's in your support row, it's there forever.
Oh, well, I'll just discard 2 and get support.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Okay. No, put it like, well, it's usable.
Okay.
When you use it, you turn it sideways.
Cool.
Okay?
Your turn.
Alright. So I draw 2. And now the Protector runs off the end of the track.
And you gotta tell me what happens.
I get a choice.
Okay.
So the 3 things you can do is you can storm, you can hold ground, or you can support.
Oh, so again, my guys could have just moved through and supported?
Yes.
Okay.
But
I was
now
learning the game. Learning the game.
Right, but what I'm saying is, if you would have done it, if you used his ability every turn,
I
you would
understand
be
it
up
now,
3
but I just
resources.
again, you didn't explain what happens when they get to the end of the track.
Right.
Ah,
Okay.
it's hard. I hate learning a new game.
So if I storm, then my guy assaults. Then your creature assaults your opponent, dealing damage and performing its action.
Really?
Yes.
I want to replay this whole game already.
So if I storm, he has 0 attack, so he's not going to do damage to you this way. But he does do 2 damage if there's at least 2 cards on my track.
Okay.
Which there are. So that's one option.
We'll definitely play this different next time. Good to know.
The second one is hold ground, which is you place the creature in your front line.
I just want to go on the record that he read these rules before me, and he would not explain the whole rules before we started.
I mean, you didn't press that it was like it didn't seem like it was that important.
I'm giving you a hard time.
I know you are. So the second option is to put them in your front line.
Okay.
Okay. The third option is to put it face down as a support.
Okay.
So those are the 3 options that you can use.
Support, frontline,
or storm, which is they attack you and then use their action.
Okay. But then they're dead.
Yes, then they go to the discard. I kind of want a support because I feel like I'm behind.
You're not.
I feel like I am.
Good.
All right. Okay. Face down. From now on, you may commit the supporter. Right. So what? That doesn't make any sense. So this says when you make a support, you place it face down in your support zone. It's now a supporter. From now on, you can commit it once per turn to help you pay the cost of a card or a passive ability. Can have an unlimited number of supporters. This card says deal 2... Oh, okay. I need to learn how to read.
That's good.
That's, it's good, right? So I'm going to discard this card and commit my supporter to play a Purge Doctor. So he has a passive ability where he deals 1 damage at the beginning of every turn, every one of my turns.
Okay.
So he'll deal 3 damage before he falls off.
Okay.
And then I'm done.
Cool. I draw my 2 cards. He moves forward. I use this and 1 card to make this a supporter. Correct?
Yes.
And it comes in active?
Yes.
Okay.
And you can use it right away.
It doesn't matter. And then I put this one on the support track.
Okay.
And then your next shape shift this turn costs 0.
Oh, that's his action when he comes off. Okay.
Yeah. So you could have stacked Underworld Vindicator behind him.
Right.
Cool.
And then do the thing.
Turn.
Okay. So
Draw. I'm just clearing out my hands.
Okay, he advances. So now he gets, so it's after your card storms. Oh. Okay. It's not after this card storms, it's his passive. So after, if he had other guys in front of him, after they storm, I could choose to put them back on top so they can attack and then go back on top. He doesn't do that. No. He heals 4, which heal, I'm guessing, is taking the...
Cards back?
Put X cards from your casualties onto a new heal pile. Whenever you receive damage, discard from the heal pile before your...
Discarding, because you can, because if you get attack damage, you... That makes sense.
Right. But it doesn't go back on top, so you don't get to reuse them. You have like a heal pile, and then those get hit first. Okay, and then... So that's if I choose to storm with him, which I guess I'm going to do. So we'll see how that works.
Okay. Happy to see how a storm works.
So I may target any opponent's card on his front line or his no man's land. If my attack strength is greater than the target creature's defense value, the target creature is killed.
It's not?
It's not. So he just goes away after that.
But you get 4
But
buffers on heal.
Yeah, I get 4 heal.
Okay.
All right. So I'm going to discard this to play the Alchemist here, because you have no cards in your hand, so I don't care to make you discard, although I could draw 2, which is still nice. And then I'm done.
I draw 2. Everything moves up on the track.
Yep. So this guy can either, if you attack with him,
okay,
you can deal 2 damage.
Okay.
Or you can put him as a support.
Okay.
Or you can have him hold his ground, which he can go either here or here.
Okay.
But if he goes here, when I run a guy off, if I choose to, I can replace him, because this is like the middle's ground.
Oh, it doesn't fight for that. You don't have to do more damage than him or be stronger than him. It just automatically replaces him?
Well, no, it's... yes.
Because, like, if I want, I should move him up because he has 3 defense.
Well, you can't move him.
Oh, I thought I just pushed him up.
No.
So when I put
These
him
are
on,
2 different
I could...
slots.
Okay.
Yeah.
No.
It's just this is a shared slot, so we can, like, fight over that one.
Oh. Okay.
This one is safe. The only way for me to get rid of this guy is for me to run some guy with at least 3 attack off, like this guy could kill him.
Gotcha. I can move him into shapeshift, into a support.
Yes.
Okay. It's going to be bad when he comes. I understand this. Okay. And then I can activate all 3 of those.
Yes.
To bring in my next guy.
Yeah.
Cool. And then I don't draw again, but...
Right. And what is his passive? Oh, 1 shapeshift?
Yep. 1 shapeshift.
Okay.
And then
So you got a bunch of shapeshifters running.
Apparently I'm a shapeshifting deck.
Okay. So I will draw my 2 cards.
Move it up the track.
Yep. Let's move that track up.
Apparently shapeshift is all I do.
I mean, I'm assuming that you have other things that you do too. All right.
I want to kill him this turn. That's my goal. I don't want to get hit for 6. That's a bad card against me.
Oh, and this is ready. I think that I'm going to have him support.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, that's interesting.
Now when I use the shapeshift ability, I can still use these cards for that?
Yes.
Okay. Good enough.
Because it's a cost, yep. Alright, I'm going to discard this.
Okay.
And use these 2.
Okay, bring in a big one.
To play this as an action.
Okay.
So I'm going to play Griffin Cavalry, which costs 3 and has draw 2, move your track up by 1.
You son of a... So I lose 6 cards.
Well, if I choose to storm with him, yes. Which seems like the thing to do because this guy's passive is whenever your card storms, draw 2. So I will get to deal 6 to you.
Okay.
And in addition...
Discarding 6, not looking at him because I don't want to know.
Well, hold on. So...
My guy's still stronger than yours.
No. If your attack strength is greater than the defense value. Okay, so it can't be equal.
Okay.
Because your defense value is 3.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I discard these 6.
So you discard those 6, or target... Oh, hold on. You can target a creature or target an opponent. You may target your opponent directly. Your opponent discards from his resources a number of cards equal to your attack strength. So you take 3 and then 6.
Okay. So you can you choose not to hit my guy.
Yes, and hit you instead.
So I lose 3 more.
Yes.
This seems like a weird... I don't know if this mechanic's right. Okay.
Alright, and then I draw 2 from storming. And...
No, this is making sense to me yet.
It's not making sense to you yet?
No, that makes no sense that I have a front line that you can just attack me through and it doesn't matter that I have a front line. That makes no sense to me.
Well, the whole point of the front line is to have a creature with a beneficial ability that you can use forever.
Well, I'm getting that now, but it just makes no sense as a war game. If they have a front line that doesn't defend you, that makes no sense to me.
Ah. Okay, there is a caveat to that. So, your creature assaults your opponent, dealing damage and performing its action. If your opponent has a card in his deployment zone, i.e. a defender, subtract its defense value from your attack value to determine your final attack strength. Once you determine your attack strength of the storming card, you may select a target.
So it is only 6.
Yes, it is only 6. The first 3 go back on top because this gets reduced by this, and then the leftover I can use to attack. So I have to have a 6 to kill him.
Mm-hmm.
So he's really powerful because you take your attack and you subtract their defense, and then you choose whether you're attacking a creature or the opponent, and then you use the resulting amount.
Okay.
So yeah, he's very, very strong. Man, I can't even do that. All right. I am going to play this guy, and to do so, I'm going to discard these 2 cards.
Okay.
And then I'm done.
I'm going to draw 2. Everything moves up the track. What's a deploy?
Deploying is this.
Okay.
Oh, I suddenly realized one issue. Like, I'm drawing a lot of cards, which means that I'm also going through my life really quickly.
Yeah. Yeah, please keep doing that.
So it's good in the fact that I'm getting resources to compete, but it's bad in the sense that I'm also depleting my own life. All
to shapeshift.
Well, hold on. First.
Okay. No, I already moved them.
Oh, you already moved them. Okay.
Yes, they were both.
I didn't see that you moved them. Okay.
Sorry.
So yes.
I'm going to move them. Okay. And then I'm going to shapeshift with that one.
Okay, so you paid the 1.
Okay.
And does this just go into the...
I think so. That's what happens when you shapeshift. Pay the shapeshift activation cost and return the card with shapeshift to your hand.
See? Better.
Sweet.
Better.
Sweet. Replace it with any other card in your hand for free.
Well, alright, let's look at this guy, because this looks ridiculous. Ratkin Plaguebringer, who has an action of take all gutter crawlers from your casualties pile and shuffle them into your resources. That seems good. And then when you deploy, make the top card of your resources your supporter. Well, that's a lot of resources.
I'm going to tap 2 cards
Uh-huh.
to turn this into a supporter.
Okay.
I think that's it for this turn.
You're not going to deploy?
What do you mean deploy? I don't have the cards don't deploy,
Oh, okay.
right?
Because if you did, then you would create another supporter.
Yeah, but I gotta give up stuff. And I like this
there's
stuff.
a trade-off, yeah.
I can see the value in that. No, I'm good.
Okay. So I will ready my stuff, and I will draw 2. And then I will move my stuff up. Alright. How many cards do you have in your hand?
3.
Do I want more cards? Kind of. I like cards. If I make him a supporter, is that better? No. So he's going to storm.
Okay.
So his effective is -1.
Okay.
Because your guy has 3 defense. So he's just going to do his action, which is opponent discards 2 and you draw 2.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Oh boy. Is that worth? Okay, I don't know if this is good, but I'm going to do it anyway.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to play this guy as an action. He costs 0 to draw 2.
Okay.
Then, I'm going to pay these 5 plus these 2 to deploy Archangel,
Okay.
who costs 7.
Okay.
He has an ability, his action is raise 4, take an extra turn after this one.
Okay.
And raise is put the top X cards from your opponent's casualties into your hand.
Mm-hmm. This is a weird game.
Uh-huh.
I got a lot to learn about
This is a weird game, yes. And his passive is I can pay 1 to deploy the top card of my casualties for free. But my deployment slot is full. So,
Okay.
I'm done.
Nope. Oh, because it doesn't do its action right now.
Right.
Got it.
Yeah, it's when he runs off and storms.
Okay, everything moves up.
Yep.
So the first thing is your next shapeshift this turn costs 0.
Well, the first thing is
Or-
you draw.
When it goes off, I
No,
drew.
did you,
I drew.
Oh, you already drew?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
I can either supporter,
Yes.
attack, or
You can use his action.
that's the 2 options, right?
Mm-hmm.
The 3.
Well, the 3.
I'm going to attack for 2.
Okay. Oh, it goes for my heal.
I'm going to deploy.
Okay.
So this becomes a supporter. Sorry, that's... Yeah. That's what I want to do.
I don't know. Is it what you want to do?
Yeah. I'm going to deploy,
Okay.
which costs 3.
Okay.
Okay. I get a supporter.
Okay.
Okay. I'm going to pay 1 to shapeshift.
No, you pay 0 to shapeshift.
No, because I didn't use his action. I stormed.
Yes, storm is attacking and then using his action.
Versus no man's land.
Versus putting him in the front land or no man's land is defending.
Okay. So I still
or using him as a supporter.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if I do a shapeshift, that does not count as an additional deployment, correct?
No.
Okay.
Because you're replacing the card there. Wow, he's big as well. A toxic dragon. What does he do?
His passive, enemies and allies have -3 attack, ATT, which I'm assuming is attack.
Yes.
And then deal damage equal to attack value of this card, which is 5. This is his action.
Well, alrighty then.
And then I can't do anything else, right? Unless I do another thing, but I think I have plenty of...
You can play cards as actions.
I have play cards... Oh, I could do that.
Yes.
Oh, cool. That doesn't work for me. Okay, your turn.
Okay.
I'll do better next time.
I mean, I feel like you did better already. I feel like I'm very close to death here.
Well, clearly so am I.
Alright. Let's see what we have here. Oh, that's kind of interesting. I need a definition to know if this card does what I want it to do.
Crazy game. Weird game.
It
I
is.
don't like it and I like it at the same time right now.
Oh, really?
I need to play again to decide. Because you only deploy 1 creature a turn.
Yes.
That seems like I need to deploy early. Deployment seems super valuable.
Okay. So creatures on your front line, your no man's land, can only be targeted by storming creatures. They're not considered allies or enemies. Any creature in your war track is considered an ally, and your opponent's war track is considered an enemy. That's what I needed to know. Alright. So I am going to discard this and use these 2 to use this as an action.
Okay.
So it's kill 1 enemy, draw 1 card.
Okay.
So I'm going to kill the plague rat.
Okay.
So die.
Seems
And
good.
then I'm going to draw a card.
Okay.
Then I'm going to deploy this old paladin.
Okay.
He has an action that lets him heal 2 when he storms, and then his passive is to pay 1 to draw 1. So you can just cycle.
Yeah. Through your health, yeah.
Through your health. Yes. Like
normally you want to cycle here.
In most card games, drawing is really super important and super valuable, but here it feels like it's also a big problem.
My turn?
Yes, it is your turn.
And draw 2. I'm going to pay 3.
Okay. You have so many
Oh,
resources.
actually, I'm going to pay 4. Oh, but that's an action. I'll use that as an action. Okay.
You have so many resources. Let's see, I have 6 cards left.
I'm going to pay 3.
Okay.
This gets interesting. Yes. Let me do the math here real quick on total cards and what I have to do. So that's 3. Then I need... Yeah, we're going to do this instead. I want to do this a certain way, but it's not going to work out. So I'm going to do this. I feel like this is more valuable. So I'm going to pay 3. Okay.
Okay.
To play the Despoiler as a thing. Passive. Once per turn when your opponent suffers damage, you may reset up to 2 of your supporters.
Okay.
Also, move a Despoiler from your casualties to your hand.
Do you have one?
Yeah, I should have a few. Okay. Then... Oh, that's so close, man.
So close to what?
Yeah, just messing with you. So I'm going to pay 4.
Okay.
2 and 2 discards.
Okay.
To play a card as an action.
Okay. It costs 4.
Yeah.
Okay.
Return all enemies to their owner's hands.
Really? Wow. That's... Oh, wait. Okay.
What? Oh, those not enemies?
Huh? No, they are. But I have abilities too. I can respond.
Okay.
So his ability is negate an action or an ability targeting a card on my track.
A card.
I mean, it is targeting a card. It's targeting 3 of them.
Yeah, but a card, not all 3.
Right, but it negates the ability.
Correct. But targeting a card. I would assume that would save 1 card, not all 3.
Well, no, but the ability is to return all of them.
Oh, so you can cancel the actual ability.
That's what I'm thinking.
Huh, that makes sense. I see your thought process. Yeah, no, I think that makes sense. I didn't think that through.
I think it makes sense. And I only have 1 card in my hand to activate it.
It makes sense. You're good. I didn't think that through. Your turn. Go ahead.
All right. Protective field runs off.
I would have played that much differently.
So I'm going to storm with this, even though it's not going to do any damage to you. But I can move a card from any track to its owner's hand.
Okay.
So I'm going to move the Toxic Dragon back to your hand.
Okay. When do these ready, by the way? At the start?
At the start of your turn.
Okay. Good to know.
Yep, at the start. Man, you have so much more resources than I do. How much life do you have left?
Not a lot, buddy. 6. I just wasted a ton of it. On a stupid frickin' move, and now we'll play another round of this, and I will do better. This is crazy. This game's weird.
Alright, I'm going to play the Angelic Emissary.
Mm-hmm.
Deploy it. It has a passive of pay 2 to heal 3.
Okay.
So, yeah.
My turn.
Your turn.
This will be interesting to see how this game plays the next time we play it and what I do differently.
Uh-huh.
So this moves up.
Yep. You are correct.
I'm going to use all 5 of these.
Oh man.
And just put the
Did you put the Dragon back?
back. And then it's your turn.
Man, I just got rid of that thing. Alright. Archangel runs off.
Yep.
Okay, I'm pretty sure I'm going to storm with him.
Okay.
That's my last turn. Raise 4, take an extra turn after this one. First thing he does is he's going to attack you, so 5 minus 3 is 2, so you take 2 casualties.
Nope. He only has 3 attack.
Oh, because he's minus... Oh, he's minus 3, he only has 2 attack.
Yep.
Okay.
So I take no damage.
You take no damage. Okay. So raise 4 and then take an extra turn. So let me read that again. Put the top X cards from your opponent's casualties into your hand. So I get the top 4 of these.
Okay.
Alright. What's good in here?
And you're taking another turn.
And I'm taking another turn. But I can still do stuff this turn.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to deploy the Healing Golem.
Okay.
Alright.
You need that. You need that bad.
The thing that you literally just used? Yeah.
That might be the best thing for you.
Alright, now let me make sure I don't lose as soon as I draw. If you don't have enough resources to draw your 2 cards, you lose the game.
Yeah, you're going to survive now for a long time. Damn it! No! No! I had a chance. I knew if I got him back out there, you would not do that. But like, ah!
Alright.
Yeah.
So here's what we do with my extra turn. This.
Yep.
Okay. So I'm going to choose to storm with
This
this.
is the only choice you have.
So, I mean, I can make him a supporter if I wanted, but... Okay, so my healing stack. And then after your card storms, it goes back to the top of your resources.
Once you still need one more there to survive your next
I
turn.
I know.
That's hilarious. That's a weird game. I don't understand this game as much, but I'm going to learn it.
It's interesting though, right?
It's a different play.
Oh, man. Is there a way for me to advance my track? That would be good.
Yeah.
You draw before you advance the word track. Okay.
It's going to matter if I survive this turn, because I can just sit.
So I gotta just do some damage to you right now.
Yeah, but I have 5 total right now.
Okay.
So you have to do at least 4.
Oh, I discarded the thing that would let me do damage. Oh, no, I haven't. Okay. I have a lot of cards in hand.
Yeah, you do. And mine.
Because I don't have another turn, I just kind of got to go for this.
Yeah.
So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay.
So
Do you keep my discard?
No, they're yours.
That's good.
I'm pretty sure. That wouldn't make any sense. So I'm going to play this Angel of Mercy as a action.
Okay.
So I heal 5 and then add the top 2 casualties as supporters.
Okay.
So 2, 3, 4, 5. And then...
Okay.
So now I have 4 more resources.
Your heal cards also count as resources?
No.
Okay, I didn't think
They're
so.
over here.
But you meant it's over there. Okay, resources.
Yeah, I have 2 more over here. So I'm going to pay 1, and I'm going to do this as an action. Deal damage equal to the number of your supporters. So now I have 4.
Okay. Which will kill me.
Will it?
Yeah, I only had 5, so I needed you had to do 4. So you have 4 resources, and you
And then I'm going to deploy this guy.
Yeah. I have no, because I have to draw.
Go ahead.
I die, and
Oh, wow.
that's it.
That was super close.
That was super close. It's a weird game.
It's
I need to
kind
play
of a weird
again to
game.
see if I like it.
It's kind of a weird
I
game.
understand about it. Can we play a different faction though, since we have?
Yeah.
It's interesting, the mechanics of how I still don't understand the no man's land front line. So if I put it on the front line, it has to stay there.
Until you replace it. You
And I
can
can't
choose to replace it.
scoot it forward to no
No.
man's land. Okay.
No.
So that first creature I played would have been better in no man's land.
Well,
Because it was
except
so strong.
potentially yes. Because if not, then I can bump that one out without having to go over its attack. I could just choose to hold ground and just replace it.
Oh, it just replaces it. You're not actually fighting it to take
Right.
it. You're sure about that? That still feels weird to me, about no man's land. Just like the support, the front line doesn't take damage for it.
Place the creature on your front line or no man's land as long as the creature slot is empty. If your front line is already occupied, you may replace the occupying card and move it to casualty pile. Creatures in no man's land, cannot be replaced by hold ground. As long as your creature remains in the front line or no man's land, its passive ability remains in effect. So
You have
yes.
to,
Because I couldn't
you could have killed the whole game.
kill it. Yes.
Okay, good to know.
Okay.
All right, let's grab some different factions and maybe one with the advanced cards after this. Which ones do you want? You choose this time, because I chose this first time.
Alright, so
Monks, gunslingers.
I have a
or-
feeling you want the gunslingers.
No, I don't actually.
Really?
I have no preference here.
Really? So gunslingers or Styxia? I don't know. I'm gonna take the gunslingers then. Since you
So
say
I'm
you don't want them.
between Kung Li and Stixia.
Mm-hmm.
I want to do both.
Well, you can't do both.
Can I look at the cards at all?
I mean, I didn't look at them when I chose.
You're right. You're right. I want to play something that's still kind of evil looking, so we're going to go with Stixia.
Okay, you're still in the evil mode?
Well, I mean, I almost won with him, and so, yeah. Feels right. Alright. It's an interesting game. It's a fast play, so that's nice.
Uh-huh.
Like, I like that it was a quick game. I don't know how much I love two-player games, like, have to do two-player. But it's nice to have options.
You don't have to.
Oh.
This game also has bosses.
Okay, so you can play against a boss.
So that you can play solo mode against a boss.
Okay. Are those like add-on buys, or are they just over there?
They're in there, but I don't know
what they do.
Well,
okay.
I don't know. Like, when I did the Kickstarter, I kickstarted the whole shebang.
Yep.
So I don't know exactly
if
that comes. Well, no, just if the boss stuff comes in the base box.
Gotcha.
I think it does because it's in the rule book, but
hard to know.
Yeah. So there's the boss mode, and there's a co-op mode against the boss.
Okay.
So you can also play 2 players versus the boss. And there's last man standing 3 or 4 player mode apparently.
I think that's pretty cool. Okay, as long as you can play like with more than just you two, I like the game better already. It's interesting play mechanics, and then like even like if it's a multiplayer, who's attacking who or what, like the gang up. You got your deployment out, and I didn't utilize that as much last game. And like that's one card that I moved over to my thing that maybe I shouldn't have. You know, you think about like where do you stop at your supporters?
On the other hand, you were able to play big giant things that I basically couldn't play.
But at the end, I had extra cards in my hand, which feels like a bad move. I feel like you're not supposed to have extra cards in your hand.
Well, I don't know. Your opponent has cards that discard.
That's why I don't know that you're always supposed to. Like, I feel like you use the cards when you can more.
Yeah, but if you only ever have 2 cards in your hand, then
unless you're building your supporters.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. Well, there are some handy tips in the back of the book.
Oh! Now you tell me the handy tips that you've already read.
I don't remember what they said, but don't overextend yourself by drawing and playing too many cards. You will quickly drain your resources. I learned that one.
That's the only reason I had a chance against you. You did that a lot.
Don't be greedy. If you have a strong but very expensive card in your opening hand, it might be better to let it go and populate the battlefield with cheaper cards.
Yeah, that was the mistake I made. I think I drained too much early. But
every bit of damage counts. So
yeah,
don't be afraid of like 1 or 2 damage here and there. Or in my case, 4. Make plans to seize the front line in no man's land soon.
Ooh! Well, that one worked out well for me.
Having more passive abilities on the battlefield can snowball into a larger advantage. When in doubt, keep the pressure on your opponent. That's it. But, see, the other thing, besides being able to accelerate faster, like you were able to by getting that thing out in the front line first, it was 3 rounds. Well, it was 3 rounds before I even had the opportunity to contest it, because I can't contest it until I run a guy all the way down the track. So you being able to deploy something there in the very first turn was pretty huge.
I feel like I could have played it better. I tried to hold on to a big 7 drop and then just had to discard it. Like, I should have just supported the first round. I definitely wonder because like you didn't have things that could kill creatures on the front line, like just boom kill. I wonder if you had cards like that, if it would have been quite as good as it was against that faction. So it's an interesting game. I'm ready for the next round.
All right. So now we have Gunslingers versus Stixia.
Do you want to tell me anything about Stixia? Do we know anything about Stixia yet?
I don't know anything.
Do you know anything about the Gunslingers?
I don't know anything about any of them.
Yeah, draw 2.
Yeah, we draw 2.
And then roll.
Oh, you want to roll again?
Oh, yeah, no, we roll. That's how we do it in this household.
Moving the...
Sorry.
There you go.
This is my chance. You don't know this yet, but this is my chance. It's like such a good roll for me, too. Well, you only draw 1, so take that.
I will take that. So here's my 2. All right, and then I will draw 1. Okay. Well, that is... Why in the world would I want to do that? Oh, man. That's interesting. Okay. Okay.
Draw your card. Okay, you did that.
So I'm going to discard this guy
Okay.
to play Leo the Martin.
Kill all your supporters, then shoot.
Yes.
We know what shoot means.
I mean, it's on mine. I don't think it's on yours.
No, but I feel like it's reasonable common knowledge to know what shoot means.
All cards with aim target opponent or any creature on his front line or no man's land and deal damage equal to their aim values. Multiple shooters may target the same creature and combine their aim values. Total aim value must be higher than the creature's defense to kill it.
Cool.
So they all like...
Can it aim me too? Can it hit me too?
Yes.
Right? Yeah.
Can it you or the... Yeah.
Cool. And what's the aim?
Huh?
What's the aim symbol or thing? Or
It's in the passive.
okay, so it'll say there. Cool.
Yes. Why
My
do I
turn.
have...
Oh,
I guess they dropped off before I handed my thing in or something. I don't know. I have one card.
you'll see it on the replay.
Yeah.
My turn.
How I thumbed them, yeah.
Okay, I'll play a fire elemental.
Okay. What does he do?
Allies have -2 attack.
Allies have -2 attack.
Yeah. Your
That's
turn.
interesting. And he deals 2 damage when he storms. Okay. That's all you're doing?
That's all I'm doing.
Okay. So we'll do this. We'll move him up. All right. Okay, I'm going to deploy this guy.
Yep.
He is a 0 cost. His name's Rick the Greedy. He has an action of deal 1 damage, and his passive is aim 2.
Yeah, that's delightful.
Uh-huh.
My turn.
Yes, it is.
Okay. Draw. Move up the track.
I figured you would like that.
I don't. Sorry. Got stuck. I'm going to play this. All right, your turn.
Oh, that quickly. What is...
Because you can't attack those, right?
It's just a 0. Its action is opponent discards 1 card. Sacrifice a card. Reduce the cost of the next played card or ability by 2. It's a passive.
Okay.
Sacrifice, I'm assuming means kill it.
Yeah, kill one of your things.
Select a creature on your war track and kill it.
That seems like a thing to do.
Mm-hmm. Your turn.
All right. So I'll draw my 2. Move Leo up. He's getting ready to aim. Move Rick up. All right. Ooh. Okay. I'm going to discard this guy to play Machinist. So he's 1 cost. He has a deploy of, or an action of deploy 1 prototype card with a cost of 5 or less for free.
Okay.
His passive is whenever I put a prototype card on my casualty pile, I draw a card.
Okay.
And that's it.
Whenever you put a prototype card on your casualty pile.
All right, I draw 2. Everything moves up.
Yep.
I'm going to discard 2. Let me think through this for a second.
Yeah, no problem. So what are you deciding on?
Everything. These count as allies, correct? These count as enemies.
Yes.
Okay.
For you.
I'm going to discard these 2.
Okay.
Deploy this. Deploy cards you deploy cost 1 less.
Okay.
And I think I'm just going to play that out for a second and see what happens.
Okay.
I'm going to take some damage.
So here we go. Leo moves up.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to have him storm.
Okay.
So he's going to do 1 to you.
Okay.
Because you don't have any defenders. And then Rick the Greedy is going to do 2 more.
Okay.
By shooting.
Ooh. Death Dragon.
You and your dragons. Okay. So I am going to discard these 2 cards.
Okay.
One of them being the Prototype Smasher, in order to play Robbie Robber. When I put that there, I should draw a card.
Because it's a prototype and it's your passive.
His passive is discard 2 to deploy 1 card for free.
Cool.
And he has an action of steal 2, which, let's see what that does. Take a random card from an opponent's hand into your own hand.
That seems dangerous. Alright.
So I guess I get to steal 2 of your cards.
Draw 2.
Yes. Okay.
That is going to go into a supporter.
Oh, really? You're going to pass up doing 6 damage to me?
It has -2.
No, when its passive is active, it's run off the board.
Oh.
It's now...
6 damage.
Yes.
That seems good. Yeah, let's do 6 damage.
Right? That seems way better than having a supporter.
Yeah. So it storms, it does its 4, and then the 2.
Right. Because it does
passive-
its action.
The passive isn't engaged. Got
Right.
it. Interesting.
2, 3, 4. Here's a prototype. 5,
So
6.
even that gives you cards.
Yeah. They're going into my casualty pile, right? So I draw 2. I mean, so in effect, though, you did do 8 to me.
Valid.
Making me draw 2 more.
So I'm going to do this, which is fun.
Okay.
And what is steal again?
Taking cards from your opponent's hand.
Okay. That seems so good.
Oh, wow.
And when something attacks, it does its action as well when it storms.
Yes, after it deals its damage, then it does its action.
Okay. So I'm going to play the Goblin Mercenary for free
Okay.
because I cost 1 less. I'm going to
Oh, wow. That's really cool.
pay 2, okay, to play a card as an action.
Okay.
So I'm going to pay those 2, and then remove the top casualty and add it as your supporter, which would then be...
Well, no. It's you pay the cost,
Okay.
and then
Play
so
it.
this is the top supporter.
Cool. Casualty.
And then- Casualty.
And add as a supporter.
Yes.
Okay.
And then that goes to your casualty.
Can I take that back one step?
What, you want the other card that you discarded?
No, I'm just thinking about how I could have done that differently. And I'm playing it out in my head. Are we
Okay.
playing friendly or not?
Well, no, we're learning. This is learning.
So what I realized is by discarding, right, by doing this first, I then could use this as a discard card to get a number 2 out here instead of a number 1. So I just figured out an order of operations because I get a free card.
Okay, so back it up and then explain
Okay.
what you're
So
doing.
what I realized is that basically instead of playing my 1 down there, which is a steal, I can get one of my 2s down there.
Okay.
Which just seems better because I'll be discarding him. So I still have to discard.
2. So it's which one do you want to play and which one do you want to discard?
Gotcha. I want to play this one, so I have to
Okay.
discard these 2 still.
Well, no, you're discarding that one.
No,
you said?
well, yeah, that one too. It's going to equal out the same thing.
Right.
Because I'll still have to pay one of them.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. So I pay those 2.
Right.
Okay.
And then
to
you use the
play
action,
him. He
which
becomes a supporter.
puts him as a supporter.
Okay. Which is a better supporter anyway to have down there.
Right.
Then he goes into the here, and then since I pay 1 less,
Right.
I would pay him.
Or
to
you could
put
pay that.
this- Well, I could, even better.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's why I was saying, like,
Which 2 do you want to keep?
yes.
I see what you're saying now.
Because you get to keep one of your cards after all that is said and done.
Even better.
If you
I
do
want
it that way.
This one. So this needs to be down there.
Okay.
So what am I don't know. It's so hard now. Yes, this is the one I'm going to keep. Sorry. Thank you. You're very friendly. Am I annoying?
No.
Okay.
We're learning.
And this one goes down by paying this one.
Yes.
Okay. That's a good turn.
Okay.
Thank you for letting me rework that in my head.
Well, we're learning
This is
how
an
the game
interesting
works, so
mechanic of if you can get a card here,
then you can instantly
you can
use it.
instantly use it. That's
Yeah.
different.
All right. So we do this. He runs off the end. So he's going to... So I can do 2 damage to you,
Okay.
or I can get a supporter, which seems good to
Seems like you need those in this game. It seems like a valid play in this whole game to have supporters.
Right.
It's an interesting mechanic of like you want to do all your damage, but you also need the supporters in the system, or you're just churning your cards to get cards out there too.
Okay.
This is an interesting power play I have right now because I can deploy cards for 2 less now.
Why? Oh, because you have 2 of them.
Yeah,
Yes, for one turn.
for 2 turns. Yeah, 1 turn. 'cause it
One
moves up.
turn.
Yeah,
Yeah.
true.
All right. Okay. We're gonna keep that.
It's very important that when this guy goes, I have no cards in my hand. That's the only thing that matters.
Okay. So what I want to do is I want to play this.
Okay.
So
During your advanced steps, you may choose not to advance your war track.
Oof.
yes.
Interesting.
But now I still need to discard 1 card.
Mm-hmm. Which means I gotta live with less than 2 cards.
Okay. So that I'm doing that. I'm deploying that guy. Now I'm going to play a card as an action. I'm going to discard. Oh, how's that gonna work?
Yeah, because when you give up those cards to play your actions, you're still like, I've used the
Yeah,
cards to get
it's-
the card.
It's
like,
hard.
you're always sacrificing something. And the question is, what are you sacrificing for? Like, what is your end-game plan?
Well, I'll
with
show
that?
you.
I'm terrified of this. You
Okay.
can choose not to advance your track.
Okay, I'm going to discard those 2.
Okay, so we're not shooting things.
So I'm going to play Walton Jr. as an action. Advance my track once.
Okay,
So,
and then you get a prototype out.
right? So when he goes, I'm going to storm with him, so I do a damage to you. And then I can deploy 1 prototype card with cost 5 or less for free.
So this is damaged. Okay,
So the prototype supply train will come out.
okay, which is
I can deploy cards to any empty slot on my war track,
Oh, cool.
is what his passive is. But when he goes all the way off, he gets to draw 5 cards.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
My turn?
It is your turn. I have no cards left.
I see that. So I draw 2. Things advance. So, not going to have you discard. He's going to go to supporter.
Are you sure you don't want to deal 2 damage to me?
No. No, I'm sure.
I mean, it is a thing you could do.
I want some supporters.
Okay. You have supporters.
I'm going to pay 1 to deploy this card.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then I'm going to pay 2 to play a card as an action.
Okay.
Take 1 card from the opponent's track, okay, and put it at the bottom of your resources.
Bottom of your resources? Okay.
So now I have an interesting thing, because you can choose not to advance your track,
Uh-huh.
which forces me to be careful of your steal 2. But you have this draw 5, you can deploy a card to any spot on your track, which I don't know how you're going to mechanic that yet. Because like, if things move off right now, you're stacked. It'd be different if you had a hole here, but you don't. But I'm assuming something's coming. And actually, you drawing 5 cards is not bad for your health.
Not necessarily.
The interesting thing is I can't take this, or you now have a gap. So I'm kind of stuck with this is the card I choose.
Okay.
Your turn.
Okay, so I will draw 2. And then,
What are we doing? You advancing? You sticking around? I have no cards.
yeah.
I've learned this mechanic a bit better at this time. So things move forward. Okay.
We're going to do that.
I like how if I had not taken the wrong card, I could have really messed myself up.
Like, everything just comes in at the top. Boom. Top. Boom. Top. Boom. Like, it would have been nasty.
That seems good though, right?
Uh-huh. Yeah, very much does.
Seems brilliant.
But you need the gap to even do it.
Do I want to play this? Do I want to play this or do I want to do nothing? They all seem reasonable. I'm going to deploy Rick the Greedy.
Okay, it has an aim function.
Yep, and he deals 1 damage.
Cards ready.
Okay.
Draw 2. It progresses.
Yep.
I'm going to...
What are you going to do?
I think attack, yeah.
Okay, so you're
What's
going
the
to
attack?
do...
Yeah, yeah. Attack.
His action is deploy any 1 card
Attack.
for 1.
Attack.
Okay. Ooh, allies with aim have +2 aim. It's pretty good.
I'm going to play this. I don't have... It doesn't cost me anything.
Okay.
That's all I can do. Your turn.
Okay. So, advance. I am going to have him hold a ground. So he's going to stay there.
Seems reasonable.
And then I now have that passive is still active.
Yep.
Oh, I didn't draw my cards for the turn. Let's do that first. How many cards do you have in hand?
1.
Okay.
Oh, you should have taken 1 more damage.
Why?
My cards have +1 attack when he attacked. Sorry.
Okay.
I don't know if you want to backtrack that or not. Or... Sorry. That was
All right.
bad form.
I'm going to play this card as an action.
Oh, take that. Totally take that. Yeah. you got a good one from me.
That seems fine. All right, I think I don't care to, or maybe I do. Maybe I should just deploy it. It's a lot of damage.
Always have negative to attack.
Yeah, I mean he still deals 1 when he comes out, where I can supporter him.
Yeah, supporter's good. My turn.
Yes.
So I draw 2.
How have I gone through so much more in my deck than you?
I did 6 damage off the start, and then I did another 4 damage recently, so I've done a lot of damage.
Okay.
Yeah. So he moves forward.
Yep.
He attacks. Now he does have negative 2+1.
Yes.
Okay, so he has a total of
1 attack.
1. No, because 3
-2.
plus 1.
Oh, okay, so 2.
So he does kill,
If you want him to.
or
Well, actually, no, it's...
it has to.
No.
Oh, because it's
He's -1
okay.
for that. So he's -3 plus 1, so he's 1. He has to get higher than my defense.
-3
Yes. Plus 1 is 1.
minus so it's 2 total
No, it's 1.
minus this one.
Well, yes.
Okay, but
Yeah.
your defense is used up, so it is higher than your defense.
No. If your opponent has a card in the deployment zone, i.e. defender, subtract its defense value from your attack value to determine your final attack strength.
Okay.
So your final attack strength is 1.
Okay.
Okay. Once you determine the attack strength, you may select a target. If you target a creature, you may target opponent's card on his front line or no man's land. Storming creatures cannot target creatures on an opponent's war track. If your attack strength is greater than the target creature's defense value, the target creature is killed.
Okay. So I guess I hit you.
Yes, you can hit me for 1.
Yep.
Okay.
And then I pay 1.
Yep.
Okay. So I pay 1. We'll play the Dragon Lord.
Oh, jeez.
Kill all enemies with defense 2 or less, so they all die.
That happens all the time?
It's a passive. Badass Dragon Lord. I like the 6. The sticks seem dangerously overpowered.
Kill all enemies. Yeah, okay. Okay.
Yeah, super overpowered.
Alright. Done?
Yeah.
Alright. Well, I don't want to play him. I don't want to play him at all. That's nice. Not anywhere even close to being able to play that. I am probably dead.
Yeah. I played it very careful on what cards I got rid of, and you did not do a lot of damage to me.
Because that does nothing, because I have nobody on my track anymore. Well, you're only going to do... You're going to do 0 to me.
Correct. You will survive this round.
So you have 1 turn. But if I play this card, then I just die.
Because you draw it. You have 3.
Yeah, that's a problem. Okay. So Wesley Smokes is a 1-cost guy who has a passive of during your draw step, draw 1 additional card.
Oh. Okay.
Go ahead.
Well, I'm going to draw 2.
Uh-huh.
Everything moves forward.
Now it feels stupid to attack because he'll do no damage. So I'll just put him on the front line. Okay.
And I'll just play a zombie for 0.
And he has an active that says deal 2 damage for every zombie on your track, and his passive is what?
Take a zombie card from your casualties to your hand.
Oh, well that seems way better than everything that I have.
Yeah, it seems like my deck is...
Alright. So I'll draw all my cards.
Okay. I've enjoyed this deck.
Oh, have you? That saves me... How many cards do you have in hand?
2.
Okay, this is going to be interesting if it works.
Okay.
So, alright, I'm going to play this guy as an action.
Okay.
Copy and use any action from any card on any war track. Okay?
Okay.
So I'm going to copy the action of your Dragon Lord
Okay.
to raise 4 and steal 2.
Copy the action. Okay.
Yes.
So you steal my 2 cards.
Yes.
And you raise 4 to the hand. Is that how it works?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I just gained 6 cards for 3.
A lot of cards. Seems like you have card options at least.
Or these are...
Those are exhausted, yeah. But still, that's...
Alright. So then, I'm going to play the Summoner as an action.
Okay.
And I'm going to discard these 2 to deploy any 1 card for 1.
Okay.
Does that help me? That would have been nice before. I think I have a way of stopping you from killing me 1 more turn, but I did that. These 2 to deploy the Fire Dragon, who has a passive of whenever I play a card, deal 1 damage to the opponent.
Okay.
Then I'm going to discard these 2 to play the Succubus
As an action?
as an action.
Okay.
So I can take any 1 card from your track and put
No.
it... Take 1 card from an opponent's track and put it on the bottom of your resources. I'm taking these out because they're not mine.
Oh, I thought you were trying to take cards out of your
Yeah, no.
cache. Well, I wonder
So
what's
this
going
buys me 1 turn.
It
if
does
I do
buy
this.
you a turn.
Well, no, but I just die at the beginning of my turn anyway.
on. True.
Because I can only draw 1, and I have to draw 3.
Yep. I won 1.
You did win 1. But that was a pretty good turnaround.
Yeah. It's an interesting deck. Yeah. What do you think of the game the second time around? Do you feel like you understand it better or worse?
Both. I feel like removal, because you can only deploy 1 guy a turn, removal is really powerful.
Removal meaning...
Like removing cards off the track.
that was a
really
huge
super
move. Yep.
huge.
I felt like the damage I did early on, hitting for 6, was a huge, like, fast start.
Yeah.
Like, that's almost like why you almost need a defender at some level.
I think
to
you
soak
do
some.
need a defender.
especially if you're going against someone like me who's an attacking, and you had all that aim, so you needed to almost build up aim in a way, but you have to get the
and I only
cards
had
in the
one
right,
aim,
you
and
have
I
to
didn't
it
get the rest of them.
time. Yeah.
Yeah. So do you want to play
With the advanced cards?
Oh, you want to? Well, that requires us to actually like change the decks.
Cool. You don't want to do that yet?
Well, it just might take a bit of time. Is all. So let me find the.
You don't just shuffle them in?
No. Players construct a deck of 34 cards from any one Siege Storm player faction decks. Each deck can contain no more than 4 copies of the same soldier and veteran cards,
so you have to,
and
like,
no
go
more than
through
2
those.
of the same elite and champion, and then you return the rest of the ones.
Oh, I see what you're
So
saying.
you got to take cards out of here.
Let's just go ahead and play another basic game.
Do you want to play Styxia again?
No, I'd love to play the one that no one's played yet.
Oh, really?
But if you want to play one of the other 4, or if you'd rather play the one that no one's played, I will leave that up to you as the host for your option for the game, what you would prefer.
I played Serafia and Gunslinger.
These are the 2 you haven't played.
Alright, Styxia seems way strong, so I'm going to play the other one.
Styxia was beautiful the way I played it.
Ursa. I'm going to play Ursa.
Okay.
The 2 evil factions. Or no, you switched from Styxia, so you're no longer playing. You're playing
Kung Lai.
Lux.
I have no idea if that's coming out right.
It probably isn't, but who
I wonder how much though, like Styxia was good against that faction, or if it just worked out that way because I got the right draw. But
I think getting one of those fire elementals or lava element, whatever ones, the ones that did like 6,
Yeah,
like right
early on.
deploying him first.
because then his negative didn't affect me while I was going up
Right.
the track. Because I never used that card.
Only if somebody had a thing that was like you had the one that's destroy
Everything
all the
2 less. That
creatures
was
2 or less
nasty.
defense.
That was nasty.
If
Like,
there's
again, it
something like
wiped
that
out
that's
2, and I
half-
wiped out 3 that other time. That's another. Like, it's crazy. Crazy card.
Yeah, it seems very, very, very strong.
I didn't see a lot of my cards that looked like they would last on the front line, though. It looked like I was.
That's the
very
problem that I was
exposed.
seeing with the Gunslingers, is that it seemed like not many of their cards were suited for sticking around.
Yeah. There's so much of this game that's based on the idea of like, okay, don't lose your cards. Like, let it go through the track, put it in the supporter, be very careful when you do that. Like,
Well, I think getting the guy that I did in the front line was good, the one that could
Yeah,
freeze the track.
that was cool.
Because if I could get like 3 aims
Oh, yeah.
there and just
That was
leave
gonna
them
be-
there
yep.
and then play the shoots as actions
I thought it was a
instead,
great play.
that's what I was going for.
I wonder
but
how many aims you lost when I did the,
a lot.
right, clearly. It's an interesting thing with all your prototypes that say draw cards, though. Like, that's dangerous. Drawing 5 cards, that's a dangerous...
In the very beginning of the game, I think it's maybe worth the risk, but as you get into mid to late,
The only thing that works is if you have that gap and you're not ever letting it get to the front of the line.
yeah, that too.
Like, I think that's like some of those siege engines you put at like the back, so they never get there. But I don't know. That was a very interesting deck. Some of these I feel like you have to play once to get the mechanic of that deck. I don't think Styxia was that way. Shoot, kill, fight.
Yeah, Styxia is just like make big guys, summon giant guys for 1. That was huge for you. Like
Oh
make
yeah,
guys
getting
for
that big
free.
7 out there for 1? Yeah.
Yeah.
Massive. Okay. Okay.
All right.
Round 3, maybe last game of the night of this.
Yes.
Okay, we tend to have a 3-game limit, it seems. Oh, we rolled the dice, bro. In this house, we roll die.
Okay.
I will go first one time. This could be it. This could be it.
So I rolled a 3.
Woohoo!
Can you beat
Here
it?
we go. Yes! It's a 5. I get first time on the draw 1. I go first. So exciting. Whew.
All right, you showed me. All right.
Because it's on the box. Just move whatever's right there.
Wow, these guys are kind of beefy.
What's a defender?
Here.
Front line, no man sign.
Okay.
I'm going to discard 2 to deploy her. Your turn.
Oh boy, what does she do? You gotta talk.
Her action would be copy and use the action of any defender. Her passive is pay 3, negate an action or ability targeting a card on your war track.
Okay. I mean, that's a big cost. Did we, like...
Shuffle?
No, they seem to like their
Stick,
mixed.
stick. Well, remember I played that deck before you.
Alright. I'm going to deploy the Brainwash Tutor, whose action is your next shapeshift. This turn costs 0, and his passive is allies with shapeshift have +2 defense.
Yeah, I know I played that wrong the whole time on my turns. Like, I know I played that wrong. Moves up the track.
Yep.
I can't even play any of my cards, so...
Really?
It's your turn. No, I can't. You're at the beck end of what you draw.
Okay. Let's move this guy up. Alright. I'll play another Brainwash Trader.
Seems like a good play.
Yep.
Alright, goes up the track. I'm going to play a Warrior of Shambhala. Alright, your turn.
Okay. This game seems a lot less aggressive than some of our previous ones.
So far. But now you're about to shapeshift things. We got some shapeshifters.
Alright. So I am going to deploy a false prophet,
Interesting. Don't even remember that though.
and I'm going to discard
Kill.
I'm going to discard these 2 to play it. Alright. And that is all I'm doing.
Gonna draw 2. Things move up.
Yep.
Moves off the track.
Use any action from any defender, but you have none.
Right.
So I actually was planning on putting this into my front line.
Okay, and what's its passive? Oh, the negate.
Negate.
Okay.
And then I'm going to go ahead and
That's a good defender.
put in the
Warrior of Shambhala.
Okay.
Your turn.
Alright, so these move on up.
That was why I paid so much to start her out there, because I felt like a good defender in the first game helped me out a lot.
Alright. So I am going to Storm, because that's the only way I get to use the action. I'll do no damage to you because your guy's too big.
Okay.
So my next shapeshift this turn costs 0.
Which is going to be brutal. I already know it.
Ooh. That's kind of gross. Alright, I'm going to deploy. Or am I? This needs these. So that leaves me 1. Okay, I'm not going to deploy, I don't think. I'm going to shapeshift the false prophet.
Okay. It has shapeshift? I didn't realize that.
That's why I played him 3rd.
Yeah.
Into a chemtrail belcher.
Ugh.
So his action is deal 5 damage,
It's bad.
and I can use a resource to deal 1 damage.
Okay.
Now, man, I need like 1 resource more. I'm going to use him as an action,
Okay.
and I'm going to discard these two to play it. Place any card from your hand on your front line.
Return all enemies to their owner's hands. All of these.
Well, no, that's the action.
Oh,
that
it
doesn't.
didn't even happen because you skipped
No, no,
that.
no.
Okay, but you can
So he has a
shapeshift.
0 shapeshift,
That's delightful.
and he has 3 defense,
Yeah.
and he has a 5 attack.
And that's
well,
a
the attack doesn't matter, but
Beautiful thing.
yes. Okay, I'm done after that.
Everything moves forward.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to discard the Spirit of Justice
Okay.
to play Roland Servant. Ooh. No, that's where I want it. And then it would be your turn.
All right. So I move these up.
Okay.
That is what I'm going to choose to do there.
Seems healthy.
All right.
I can only play cards as an action on my turn.
No.
I can play them on your turn.
Yes, but only as a reaction.
Okay, that was my guess because I have one that's a reaction to stuff, and I wanted to be careful.
Yes.
That's the only
So,
that made sense.
During your turn, you may play one or more actions from cards in your hand or passive abilities from cards in your war track at any time,
Okay.
at which point your opponent has an opportunity to react with his own action or ability. Conversely, during your opponent's turn, you may play actions and passive abilities only as a reaction to your opponent's.
And then this thing that deals 0 damage and attack, but the action deals 5 damage, that's
Yes.
5 damage directly to me.
Yes.
That skips over this.
Yes.
Okay, just making sure the attack damage and how that's working again, because
Yeah.
I'm still trying to understand some of it.
I'm just going to deploy this guy. Underworld Vindicator. He costs 0, and his action is deal 2 damage.
It's a good action.
And
My
he has
turn.
a 3 cost shapeshift. Yeah.
Draw 2. Everything scoots up.
Alright, so you have a Warrior of Shambhala, whose action is to draw 1. He has 1 attack, 1 defense. You're just going to support him?
Yep.
Okay.
Going to use it to play the Drunk School Adept, okay, as an action. Kill one enemy with a defense of 2 or less, which would kill this, correct?
Yeah. Unless I can, I'm going to react by dealing the damage to you. From him. He has ability, 1. Deal 1 damage. So you use the ability, the action,
Okay.
to kill him. In response, I deal 1 damage to you.
Okay, so this...
And then they
Because
happen
you
in reverse.
used this.
Yes, because I
it was
used
still
this.
active.
Yeah.
Because you didn't use it last turn because you only put the Underworld
Right.
Vindicator. Makes sense because it'll
Yep.
reactivate on your turn.
Yep. So he just goes pew. And that's it.
Pew's pretty dangerous.
Only got the 1 out of him though.
I'm going to go ahead and discard a card.
Okay.
Okay. To pay, to put the Retired Master out.
What does the Retired Master do?
Action, storm with any card on your war track, and then move it to your casualties. Passive, after this card storms, make it your supporter.
Okay. After this card storms, make your supporter. Okay. Well, that is very powerful. Is it my turn?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, this guy moves up. This readies. Okay. Ooh. Oh man. So I am going to play this as an action
Okay.
to my next shapeshift this turn costs 0.
So how are you doing that? Oh, because this is 0.
Because he costs 0.
Yeah.
So I'm going to put him in my hand and shapeshift him into back and play ringer.
Hey. Yep. Hey. Yep.
And then when I deploy, I make the top card of my resources my supporter.
Yep.
Alright. So I'm going to... pay 1. And... that to deploy the false prophet, and when I do that, this becomes a supporter, and then I'm done.
Draw 2, everything moves forward. He can't do any damage, not really, so he will go ahead and come over here.
Okay, well then...
Oh, they're both active, yeah. Thank you.
Got that big butt on the front line.
I'm going to go ahead and play this for 0.
Okay.
During your draw step, draw 1 card less.
Okay. That's interesting.
It's a very interesting passive.
I agree.
My turn?
Yep.
Alright. These guys move up.
We're doing an interesting thing where we're much more careful with how we get rid of our cards. I don't know if you've noticed that.
A little
Like,
bit.
We're definitely more aware of card loss.
What can I do here? I definitely want to deploy something, because that makes sense. So I want to deploy the Underworld Vindicator. And then man, that guy is so big.
This guy?
Yeah.
Oh, he's about to be... Do you know how big he is right now?
Yeah.
He's a 6.
How's he a 6? You're a Fenner's house. Well, he's about to not be.
Oh.
Um,
Interesting.
so should I do that? I could do that. Might be worth it. Okay, so I'm going to pay 2
Okay.
to shapeshift the false prophet.
Okay.
And I'm going to shapeshift the false prophet into a despoiler.
Okay.
And then I am going to pay 1, 2 to use the action on the false prophet, which is sacrifice 1, kill 1.
Okay.
So I'll sacrifice this one to kill your defender.
And then I can do something in opposition.
You can, yes.
Okay. I will pay 2 to negate an action or ability and play this in action.
Okay, so I don't have to sacrifice one.
Nope.
Okay. That's fine.
My
Go
turn.
ahead, yeah.
Draw 2. He moves forward.
I had to try.
Roll-Long Servant's going to move into no man's land.
Okay.
Now again, he has 5, right? Because he has the +2 for defense.
Yes.
Okay. And you have to actually do at least 5 damage, correct?
Oh, effectively, I have to do like 10.
Okay. That's how my assumption of how that worked. I just wanted to make sure my understanding of that is correct.
It's really... Well, let's look at this. You retired Master Storms. Its passive ability instructs you to make it a supporter after it storms.
I drew 1 too many
Hold on.
because I only should draw 1, which is important.
Okay. Well, that's resulting conflicts in abilities, not in... Determine your final attack strength. Subtract its defense value from your attack strength. Yeah, it seems like, based on the way this is worded, you have to have double the attack strength of the creature in order to remove it. I will verify that with the Google, but we'll continue on that way.
We'll put this Lehigh the Enlightened down.
Okay, and what does he do?
He has an action, Vision 5. Vision. Draw X number of cards, keep 1 in your hand, and put the rest on top or bottom of your resource in the order you wish.
Oh, that's interesting.
And then, yeah.
Okay.
During your turn, draw step, draw 1 card less. So I currently draw 2 less.
So you're going to draw no cards
Correct.
for 2 more turns.
Yeah.
Okay. That seems bad.
Valid.
Alright. Okay. So I will draw my cards. Alright. So I would have to kill that guy. Do you subtract both guys now? Because if you do, how do I ever...
I think you can attack 1 guy at a time. That would be my guess. You can individually choose which one you're attacking, but you may have to take no man first.
Oh! Now I get it. Now I know why we mistook. It's still fine for you, but the way it works is your creature assaults your opponent, dealing damage and performing its action. If your opponent has a card in his deployment zone,
Okay.
subtract its defense value from your attack value to determine your final attack strength.
This deployment zone.
Yes.
Ah.
Not your defender.
That makes more sense.
So it doesn't have to be double your defender. So like if this guy was here, I would subtract 1 and then
makes
if this
sense.
is better than there.
That makes a lot more sense.
Okay.
Because you can play then. That's, yeah.
Alright, let me see how many of these I have in here to determine if I even want to do that. 1. I have 1. I am just going to make him a supporter.
Okay.
because I'm not going to shuffle one card into my deck and do no damage seems
Not
good.
so good.
Yeah. So I have 4 right now.
What?
I'm going to shape shift the Taskmaster.
Okay.
With my Toxic Dragon.
Enemy and allies have -3 attack. Seems reasonable.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it seems solid.
That's quite the pain in the butt, right?
So you paid the 3?
No, I didn't have to. I shapeshifted him.
Oh, it had a 0 shapeshift. I
Yeah.
didn't see the 0. So.
Yeah, that's why I put him in here.
Yeah, no,
Because
it was a great
when I
pick.
got a really good passive, then I could just...
I was going to try to kill it, but now I don't really have that option.
Right. So now I'm going to pay 4. Oop.
Okay. Seems valid.
And I'm going to play the Taskmaster
Okay.
to my deployment. And then I'm done.
Well, that really fucks with my shit.
That seems very strong. But at least it's enemies and allies.
That's a great move.
But nobody's ever getting through anybody's defense now.
I'm going to storm with this card.
Okay.
After this card storms, make it your supporter.
Okay.
Storm with any card on your war track and then move it to your casualties.
Uh-huh.
Now, question. This says storm. I can use its action, which actually puts it on top of my deck because it uses its action, correct?
Yes.
Just
Yes.
making sure that it triggers the action correctly and that it doesn't force it to go to the casualties when it has an alternate option.
What this says is that when numerous actions, abilities, and other game effects can be triggered at the same time, which sometimes create timing conflicts, it says if they both have the same resolution priority, you can choose which one. And they're both actions.
And do I have to do the action? Just curious. It does me no good right now because I can't do anything with them, so I am doing it.
It
But
says your creature assaults your opponent dealing damage and performing its action.
so it has to if I storm with it.
It doesn't say it may perform.
But if I move it just into my things, then I don't do that.
Yes.
I actually need to do this, I think. But let me think about that.
Okay.
I think that's how this deck is going to play out the best with what we have going on right now.
And you didn't draw any cards, right?
Nope, just what I have. So I storm, and then I storm with him. I get no damage because, Jesus.
Toxic Dragon doing Toxic Dragon things, right?
And then he goes to the top of my deck.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then I'm going to don't know what I'm gonna do. Put this down for 0. Your turn.
All right. Draw 2. That's interesting. Okay. This moves off. 4 minus 1 is 3. Minus 3 is 0. So if I want to do something with that. Do I have a spoiler?
That's the one thing is it affects both of you guys, right?
Yes. Well, why'd you have to play something? You could have just not played something. That would have been better.
Well, you would have had 1 attack.
Yeah, 1 damage is 1 damage
Then,
to hit you.
are you going to attack me past the defenders?
Yeah,
I
well,
don't-
this is your defender.
Oh, I see what you mean.
So I
That
can
makes
attack
sense.
this, or you.
That's why there's cards that say you can ignore defenders.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so I added it to my resources there.
Well, and this is my defender, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, he's at 3.
Oh, your defenders have +2 defense. Okay. Gotcha.
So whatever damage we do is going to have to be on the other side of the coin here. It's an interesting game.
Okay, so I played the Saboteur.
Okay.
So his action is kill all creatures on front lines and no man's lands.
Yeah.
And then his passive is whenever an opponent plays a card, deal 1 damage.
Ugh. Oh.
So have fun with that one.
Oh, okay. Well, my turn. Draw 1 card. Everything moves up.
Mm-hmm. This is interesting.
Yeah, tell me about it.
I think this game's been the best game so far.
We understand the mechanics of it better, so that's good. I have to take the damage. So I'm going to play him for 0.
Okay.
Is that what I want to do?
He's going to go stab, 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 stabby, stab.
Yeah, that's what I want to do.
Okay.
So that's his damage, right?
Yep.
And then I draw no cards next turn.
Again. Wow. How do you keep playing things when you can't draw any cards?
Well, I stacked up my cards with about 4 or 5 cards. You don't make me discard cards so far.
Right.
And so like me actually not drawing cards makes my life last significantly longer.
Right.
And since you're not doing significant damage right now, it appears to be working in my favor. Passive abilities you can use every turn as many times as you have cards for?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Vindicator runs off.
Okay.
Is it funny that I kind of just want to... No, I need to start doing damage. I'm going to do 2 damage to you.
Okay.
Okay. You're gonna love this.
I don't know what I'm going to do anymore. Just so we're clear.
You're gonna love this. That's what you're gonna do. How about this? I'm gonna let you draw cards next turn. How does that make you feel?
Not good. Not good at all. I've worked hard to put all those out there.
This ability seems really bad for as much as it costs. Yeah, it seems really bad. Okay. So I have five supporters.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do is...
What are you going to do?
I'm going to discard this
Okay.
and tap 5.
Okay.
No, wait. I'm going to deploy this
Okay.
first. Then I'm going to discard this and I'm going to exhaust 5
Okay, so that's 6.
to play this as an action.
Okay.
Activate actions from all cards on your war track.
Son of a...
So I'm going to reset 2 of my supporters.
Okay.
I'm going to kill all creatures on the front lines in No Man's Land.
Yeah, order operations. I can't stop it because I don't have any cards to stop it in my hand.
And then I'm going to return all enemies to the owner's hand.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And then I'm done.
Yeah. Fuck you.
That was pretty good.
It was a well done, executed move. Absolutely. I don't know what to say about it.
Then I'm an asshole.
Pretty much how I feel about it right now.
Oh man, that was a play and a half. I did kill my own toxic dragon though.
So if I play one, advance my war track, I still can't play another one?
Yeah, you can.
If my deployment track is open, I can put something in there.
Yes. The only limit on deploying is that you can't deploy into your deployment if there's already a card there.
Okay, 0.
Okay.
I'm going to play this as an action, advance your war track once.
Okay.
Okay. I have a 4. I'm going to go ahead and tap 3.
Okay.
Discard 1.
Okay.
And I'm going to play this.
Okay.
Switch any 2 cards on any war track.
I mean, that's an action. Are you playing it as an action or are you deploying it?
As a deployment, sorry.
Okay.
Because he has 4 defense. So that'll at least help me only take 1 damage when you hit me here.
Oh man, 4 defense. That guy's big.
Alright, your turn.
Alright. So, draw 2. Ready all my stuff.
This is...
What?
Fuck me. Waste of cards. Your turn. This is your turn.
I know, but I'm trying to... After storming and resolving any triggered actions or abilities... So he has to attack first. So
It just doesn't matter.
So he's doing 1
It's just a waste of cards that annoys me.
He's doing 1 to you.
Okay. I wasted cards
And then
because
bouncing those back
I didn't
in.
realize you got your... Because the action came right back. That's what I'm pissed off about.
I mean, it did come back. It was just there the whole time.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
I recognize that. I just am an idiot for not seeing that.
Okay.
That would just come right back and it hit me. Just stupid. Stupid, Matt.
Alright, I am going to pay 2 and play the Galacomist? Galacomist. His action is to reset all my supporters, and then I can pay 3 to negate an action or an ability. Go ahead.
That was painful. I wasted cards, and you can't waste cards in this goddamn game.
I mean, to be fair, you only wasted 1 card, so...
Psychologically?
No, and because you paid 4, so 3 and 1.
Your turn.
Oh, man. Alright. Oh, and you take 1 for when you play a card. He's going to defend. I'm going to play this one as an action. Kill 1 enemy with 1 cost of 1 or less.
Okay. Which now, I can't keep recycling it.
Uh-huh.
I've tried so hard to use those damn don't draw abilities.
I'm going to play that guy. Go ahead.
So draw 2.
Yep.
Whenever I fucking play a card.
Yes.
Fuck you.
Family friendly, Matt. Family friendly.
Sorry. Beep that out.
I mean, it's live, so there's no beeping.
Struggling.
I wonder if we have any people watching on YouTube. If any of you guys are watching on YouTube, let me know in the chat.
I'm going to play the Lolita. I take 1 damage. Allies are immune to enemies' actions and abilities.
Okay.
Which then, am I immediately not a duty or passive then when it comes out? Or do I have to pay the
Well,
money?
no. This is your allies are immune to my abilities.
So not him.
Yeah. So I can't kill this,
Got it.
but I can still like hit you.
Okay. Alright. So this still, every time I play a card, affects me?
Yes.
Jeez, dude. That's going to wipe me out.
I mean, you gotta attack him. When this card storms, it attacks 4 times. But you have a 3, and he only has a 1 attack, so you're not going to get gnawed on by it.
Yeah. Thank you.
Alright, so I'll just...
Yeah, seems reasonable.
Can never have too much? Yeah, you can when you have those guys that are like deal 2 for everything.
Right.
That's scary, right?
Night.
Love you.
Made some bad moves here. That's just, your killing move here is just wiping my cards.
Alright. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pay 3 to shapeshift.
Okay.
Put a chemtrail belcher out there.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to activate it 3 times to deal 1 damage to you 3 times.
I'm not an ally.
And then...
Because I'm not immune to your ability as the person.
Right. And then I'm going to play this as an action to deal 2 to you.
And that's game. Yeah. No, you played it right. Wow. I couldn't get out of it. You had me in this hole. I should have been trying. Like, I just don't know what I did wrong there exactly. You did that deck right. I definitely don't know how I could have... That last move, I had options.
I think what it was is just...
I had one of those supporter cards that kill off 2.
I got the Toxic Dragon out to stall. Like, that was the big thing. Then it was just a matter of, I got these guys with really awesome action abilities out, and I got this one person that let me activate all of them.
I had a card that hurts you for 2 for each one. But I came up at the start of the game, and I couldn't get it back, and I don't think I had one at the end. Here's what I was going to do. I had 2 of these saved up.
Okay.
2 of those zeros that, like, advance the war track.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah.
So, my plan, my only option... Okay, I've already messed up my whole deck now. Where's my big 6 that I had? So I was going to put this down.
Okay.
Okay, so it's a 6 attack.
Yep.
Then I was going to advance my war track, so everything move up.
Yes.
Okay, and I had that other card above it.
Right.
Then I was going to play him, would switch any 2 cards. Okay.
Okay.
And then I was going to advance my war track again.
Okay.
Which was going to hit your dragon and you. And if I had another turn, I had this guy who allies in front of this attack twice when they stormed. And that would have wiped you out of cards. Was my only chance at the end of that. I don't know how I could have played this differently versus that. I felt like I was doing okay until you... The front lines thing is what killed me. When you use their abilities in that order, because like I could have defended this with that card, but I couldn't defend. Like it was just the wrong.
Right. If I would have bounced these first, then
and I didn't have.
Well, that's why I did it that way because I don't want you to have cards in your hand.
And I didn't have, like I had a good play again. Those cards not drawing cards is actually good for me because again it saves my life. And again, if I'm not taking damage, but your cards do attack damage just automatically. So I needed to be offensive. I don't know how I could have beat that deck. Frustrated about this one. I feel like I had a chance and I let it get away.
I feel like I kind of locked it up when I was able to play the
dragon is what did
directly there and then shapeshift.
Well, see, but you shifted at the right time because I was about to kill your shapeshifter that next turn. I had it lined up, ready to go. That's the other side of that coin.
But the dragon,
it's like I couldn't do anything.
He's too big.
I was just brutal.
He made everybody else.
I hate you right now. All right. Sign off. Tell everybody goodbye.
Oh, hold on. Let's see. So we're gonna. Oops, wrong one. Wrong window here. Boop. Okay. So that was Siege Storm. We were just learning how to play it, and overall I think the game is really interesting. I can't wait to give it a try with some of the advanced cards, change up some of the decks, and see how those more advanced cards play. With just the basic decks, I feel like the game has a ton of strategy as far as when you use a card as either its ability or whether you kind of time it out up the track to get that ability at the right time, and then on top of that, which way they sequence. So you're sequencing the order that you play them out on the track so that the actions come up in the order that you want when they finally advance. I think there's a ton of strategy involved there, as well as just like when you nick somebody for a couple damage, or whether you get a supporter to make your next turn stronger, or whether you just get something out there into your front line with a good passive ability that you can then use later. All of those things, I think the game is really, really strategic, and I like that a lot, especially for a board game type of card game where the decks are kind of set, but there is some options for manipulating them. I think all of those things are really, really great. I definitely want to play this game some more and try and feel it out better, and kind of see...
Seems like you felt it out just fine that last game.
Well, I mean, you won the one before it, so I feel like the Gunslinger deck, I need to play the Gunslingers a couple times to figure out exactly how they're supposed to play right. They seem, out of all the ones that we played, they seem the most draw dependent, because you have to get your aimers kind of like in a row in order for the shoots to work really well. And if you don't, you only get one, like what happened to me, and the other ones get discarded, then the shooting just really does not a whole lot of anything. So overall, though, I do like the game, and I will be playing it again. So
I might. I don't
you
know.
might? Okay.
Leaving on a sour note, losing like that. Just felt destroyed at the end.
And that's it for the stream tonight. So I don't think anybody's watching right now, but if you're watching later on the video on demand, go ahead and let me know what you think about this game. Have you played it? Did you have any questions for why we did certain things the way we did?
Did you see anything we did wrong?
Yes.
How Ryan cheated?
We definitely got a couple of the rules wrong because we only figured out the defender thing correctly in the last game. So I don't think it would have affected the games too much, but
it's a big strategy element, though.
Yes, for what you're deploying in order to protect. Because you know what your opponent's going to drop off the track
supposedly,
next.
Unless you have a shapeshift.
A shapeshift, or, well, if it's your turn...
You do,
and they have
because
the
you know,
thing there.
because it's going to come.
Yes.
But if they advance the war track on you
Although
fast.
you can, it does say you can use your abilities at any time on your turn, so you could potentially use a shapeshift before you advance the war track.
Mm-hmm.
So there is that. But for the most part, you know what your opponent's going to go with, so if that guy's big enough to blow up your front line, then maybe you play a different defender that has enough defense to block, some of that damage. Like I said, a lot of strategy, and I enjoyed it. I kickstarted this. I got the box yesterday and decided to play it today on stream, so I hope you enjoyed it.